In a continuing attempt to ensure safe and legal play, the Rules Committee has identified 4 points of emphasis. These points are illegal contact and cross-checking, body contact, obstruction of free space to goal, and a continued emphasis on the management of repetitive fouls. Illegal contact now includes, but is not limited to, contact made with a stick that is being held in a horizontal position. This will be a foul on the player whose stick is in that horizontal position. Holding the stick in this position is not illegal. However, contact made while in this position is illegal. Enforcing this rule promotes a safer environment and clarifies space to which each player is entitled. Offensive players who initiate contact that pushes or displaces the defender should also be called for a foul, which would result in a throw for offsetting fouls. Number 68, light blue, does not establish good defensive positioning with her body, stick, balance, or footwork. She is taking up more space than she's entitled to and leaning on the attacker with her horizontal stick. This is illegal contact and must be called. Watch as number 4, white, works extremely hard in the midfield to establish her positioning between the attacker and the goal. She does an excellent job of moving her feet, maintaining her balance, and using her stick to shadow, block, and fill the passing lane. This is solid, legal defense. Number 2, blue, does a nice job of defending with her stick in the proper position. Notice, however, as she leans and makes contact with her forearm and elbow into the attacker's neck. While watching for stick positioning and contact, don't miss other illegal contact that might occur. This is still a foul and should be called. In this clip, number 8, white, is playing great defense with her stick up and in the passing lane. As green rolls to goal, white drops her stick into horizontal positioning, but makes no contact. She becomes illegal when she makes contact with the attacker. This is now a foul and should be flagged. A cross-check occurs when a player uses the cross to hit, push, or displace an opponent. This is a safety issue and must be called immediately. A cross-check that occurs on a defenseless player, in the back, or when the play is over, which is excessive or repetitive, must be carded. The defender in this clip makes no attempt to get into legal positioning. She cross-checks the attack player to the ground on the midfield transition. She is correctly carded. With less than a minute left in the game, the attack team is in a stall. Most of the defenders are playing solid, aggressive defense. Then the low defender roughly cross-checks the attacker. There is no attempt for legal play. This should be carded for an excessively rough cross-check or intentional foul. Body contact. No body contact unless deemed incidental shall be allowed by any player on the field. Officials are instructed to pay particular attention to players that gain an advantage by establishing body-to-body contact that does not allow the legal movement by an opponent. While some incidental contact may occur, women's lacrosse is a non-contact sport. Officials need to observe and enforce illegal body contact that may occur in situations such as checking, riding, double teaming, pushing or shoving during picks, on the draw, offensive push-offs, box-outs, and play by the offense and defense around the goal circle. 2 players making contact on a ground ball may be incidental provided they are attempting to play the ball and not each other. Number 3, white, and number 7, red, are attempting to pick up a loose ball. Notice red backing into white while gaining possession. A second white player immediately checks the ball from red's stick and the ball falls to the ground. As red tries to pick up the ball, white illegally displaces her with her hip. While boxing out is legal, displacement and pushing an opponent is not. Either of these body contacts could and should have been called. As the player in white carries the ball behind the goal circle towards the goal area, number 5 red approaches to play her. Red makes illegal contact with her stick as well as her leg. Dangerous play must be called. Here, a light blue player carries the ball behind the goal circle and her opponent shadows her in front. As number 83 light blue attempts to set a pick, number 7 dark blue cross-checks her. Because the lead official is blocked from this play, the C official needs to see this foul. This must be called, and a card is strongly recommended. Recognizing illegal play often requires discipline on the part of the official or officials to maintain the proper area of responsibility. It can be easy to lose focus and follow the ball. In this clip, see how off-ball concentration is necessary to see the illegal contact. Yellow passes to a cutting teammate in front of the goal circle. The receiving player immediately has the ball checked out of her cross, and the ball goes to the right. Watch as number 2 yellow retaliates against number 3 blue for the check. This is illegal contact and must be observed and enforced. Obstruction of free space to goal. Offensive players must be allowed to safely take a shot. Conversely, the defense must be allowed to play defense and not be penalized simply because an attacker looks to goal. Officials will consider whether or not the attack has the opportunity to shoot as the focus for making this call, and whether or not she has established a shooting position. This clip illustrates the free space to goal, which is defined by 2 lines from the ball to the outside of the goal circle. This is a great example of the defense staying out of the free space to goal. As number 14 green is approaching the critical scoring area, number 13 white is out of the free space to goal. As green enters the critical scoring area, number 4 white gets her feet ahead with her stick up in the passing lane. At this point, number 13 white is behind her in the free space to goal. However, due to number 4 white's strong defense, green has now turned her back to the goal and she has no opportunity to shoot. No call should be made at this time. After green rolls to her right and switches hands, she now has the opportunity and is looking to shoot. Number 13 white is still in the free space to goal and the call should be made. Number 5 white receives a pass between the arc and fan and turns to look to goal for a shot. She does not have the opportunity to shoot because there are defenders legally marking her teammate in the free space to goal. She moves to the open space to create opportunity for herself and then shoots safely. No call should be made. Number 6 blue has her back to the goal and has neither the opportunity to nor is looking to shoot. When she faces the net and goes towards goal, she still has no opportunity because there are 2 defenders legally marking her teammate in front of the goal. She also has not switched her hands into a shooting position. As soon as she does, she looks to her right for a pass to a teammate. Obstruction of free space to goal should not be called. Number 15 blue has a free position on the arc. She clearly has the opportunity to shoot. The low defender leads with her stick but also places her body in shooting space. Number 15 shoots and hits her. The defender has obstructed the free space to goal, but the attacker must also shoot safely. She should be carded for dangerous propelling and a throw taken for offsetting fouls. Repetitive fouls. Players or teams committing excessive, repetitive, or intentional fouls must be penalized. Lack of experience and/or poor skills which lead to dangerous play or continuous fouls by different players from a team are no excuse for allowing illegal play to continue. In addition to awarding the opponent a free position, employment of game management skills such as warning and/or carding must be used. Officials need to recognize patterns and upgrade penalties if necessary to establish and maintain a safe playing environment. Watch the green team as they roughly and repetitively foul and consider some management techniques that would be helpful in removing the rough play. As white goes to goal, number 25 green illegally checks her. On the ensuing draw, another green player takes a reckless swipe at number 15 white. 1 minute later, green 25 comes to help on defense in the arc and runs into the white attacker. At this point, the green team has roughly or dangerously fouled 3 times in a minute. Strong consideration should be given for a card. Notice in the second half, this aggressive rough play has not been managed by carding, so the green team will continue to play dangerously until stopped.